Hi, our names are Olivia
Ashlyn.
and Tegan.
We made this podcast called Chicks in the Nest to start to bring a little bit of awareness of women's rights to what goes on inside of our school, community.
And even state to get to understand people in our school's opinions on women's rights. This episode will be a kind of get to know us episode, learning a little bit about us, ourselves, and school.
We will be interviewing one of our good friends, Kate, who also goes to our school.
Hi, I'm Tegan. I play soccer, I ski race, and I run hurdles in track.
I run track with Tegan, don't I, Tegan?
Yep.
I triple that.
We all run track, which I think is pretty cool. But
Yeah.
anyways, I'm Ashlyn, and I play soccer with Tegan. I participate in a couple of our school's clubs, such as like drama club, and pep band, and just like just a lot of clubs.
Ski club.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Okay, yeah,
She snowboards.
I snowboard.
Goofy snowboarder.
Liv does snow sports too, don't you, Liv?
I do skiing. I mean, I go with Tegan sometimes. Like,
Do you-
I go in the winter time with her.
Do you want me to teach you how to snowboard?
I taught
Yes,
her how to
please.
ski.
I really want to learn how to snowboard.
It's so
So
fun.
do
It like
I.
breaks your ankles every time you go.
It
Yeah.
looks so fun.
You should teach me how to snowboard, except when my season's over, so I don't absolutely destroy
Y-
my
Yeah,
whole
your
season that
season
we
goes.
spent money
Your
on.
season goes for like 3 months.
Yeah.
like
you
all
can
the-
teach me in March.
Okay.
Her parents wouldn't let her try snowboarding though. one day.
Skiboarding.
Yeah, skiboarding.
Tell us a little bit about yourself more, Liv.
I also play soccer. I do club and school.
So I think based off of just the list that we all said, the things that we participate in, I think that there are a lot of clubs at our school.
Very
And
many activities. They
Yeah.
love keeping us entertained.
lots of opportunities too. Like
Yep.
not everything is like. I think that there's so many clubs that there can really be something for everyone.
Mhm.
Like there's an anime club and like a Dungeons and Dragons club and just anything that you really think. I think our school is just versatile.
Yeah.
They just have like a lot of fun things to do. Like
Yeah.
there's something for like definitely something for everybody there.
Yeah.
They want people to have like stuff to do and like you can meet new people through like clubs and sports and all those kind of things.
I think overall there's just like so many opportunities in our school.
Yeah.
Like so many different things everyone can do.
I really like that our school is very organized.
We have like a whole like what would you say, like a wing for freshmen?
A whole, pretty much whole upstairs is for freshmen, and
Well, it's like a section.
Yeah,
No,
so I
it's
think-
not the whole
I think that they're very welcoming of like just like new people, and then making sure like I think the staff are also nice too, like along with like helping people and like where they want to go and stuff.
our school is also very accepting of your gender, sexuality, status.
Yeah, so like pretty much anything. I think that like not every single school is perfect either, and I think everyone has like their downsides too.
Yeah. I would say they have like they're very very welcoming.
What would you guys say like some of like our school's downsides could be?
Probably I think it's like I don't know, I feel like the hallways get crowded, but that's like really can't control that much. There's just a lot of kids and
I feel like the hallways are probably the worst part of the school. I think our school is just like a good school overall, and that we're all just very lucky to be here.
well yeah, we have like a lot of kids.
Yeah.
Some like struggles when getting through the hallway.
Tegan, what would you say some of your opinions on the hallways are?
I agree with Liv that the hallways are very crowded, but there's nothing you can do about that. And I also feel like people in the hallways are judging you just for how your hair looks or how you just are, and it can be really frustrating.
I think I like agree with you in some aspects that like I wouldn't really say it's like the schools like where the issue are. I feel like it's more of the people with like
That's what I was saying.
So, Tegan, like, if you had to say, like, since you feel like some people judge you for your looks or just how you act overall in general. Like, do you think that besides yourself, other people get judged for things like as simple as like their gender or their sex or like their race or anything in our school?
Yes, because people, even if they're just making jokes and they're like, oh, ha ha ha, it's just a joke. Sometimes they're actually serious, or it's just like they took it too far, and they just make comments that aren't the best.
What would you say your opinion on that is, Liv?
Like, it's just
I'd say that I would say that everybody kind of like grows up differently and just has different like outlooks on life. Like some people grew up where like maybe like being gay or like LGBTQ plus was like not accepted, or like just isn't something that they like know about, or like some people just grow up like maybe it could also be from like other countries. Like some countries they tend to have like they tend to be like they tend to oppress women in a way, like they cover them up or like they make them like wear like what are they called?
Like hijabs. Like, so like some part of it could be religion or just how they grew up mainly, but
Yeah.
do you think that some of it could be based off of like just how people are in their surrounding areas? Because I feel like some people in our school act a certain way because of the people they surround themselves with, even if
Yeah.
that includes making sexist jokes or just anything along the lines of it, just because of the people they surround themselves with.
Yeah, I would say another part is like who they surround themselves with, and like
What's your opinion on that, Tegan?
I completely agree with everything you guys are saying. And no, and I have something to add, and I feel like
Then add it.
yesterday I was seeing someone talking about how in their church, in their Christian church, they're expected to cover up every part of them, like their shoulders,
Like staying
arms,
modest.
toes, like staying modest, but it's like purity culture, and it's that the women need to cover up to not tempt the men and keep them pure, and I think men should just take care of themselves and women should dress how they want, because they were literally telling 7-year-olds or toddlers even to like dress a certain way so men wouldn't look at them and get unpure,
Yeah.
Bad
distracting thoughts in church, and it's so
That's kinda
irritating.
gross.
So,
That's
like,
gross.
So, like along the lines of it, you think that women should be able to express themselves, or any gender really, just express themselves throughout their clothes.
Yeah.
I feel like people at our school express themselves throughout their clothes,
Yeah, and I
even if
feel
it's not like
Definitely.
the taste of everyone else,
Yeah, I feel like that's like people like are allowed to. People can do that in our school, which is good. But, like not like they can't just like inappropriately, like with dress code and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So like, speaking of the dress code, like, I think our school's dress code kind of targets women a little bit more than men, like some of
feel-
the rules.
Yeah, I feel like every dress code does that. Some schools more than others. I think our school is one of the less targeting one, because they're not like, oh, cover up your shoulders, but they're like, oh, cover up your midriff. Don't wear crop tops or shirts like that. If you have them, like zip up your sweatshirt or something. Just
Yeah, I feel like some of the staff though, they
certain staff members are more strict than
Yeah,
others,
they think-
definitely.
I know that, like, and I do know, not just at our school, but at others, that guys think it's unfair, like, men think it's unfair for the dress code to be
Yeah.
just purely targeted for women, and
Mhm.
the fact that the dress code talks about how they don't want men to get distracted by their shoulders.
So, Liv, back to what you said about women having to wear hijabs. I remember seeing it wasn't even on the news, barely. The news was not even covering it. I saw on TikTok people talking about women in Islam, I think, having to do this whole protest and people getting killed just for this one woman not even taking off her hijab, not wearing it correctly.
like, so like, do you think like the news like talks about like things that women have to go through a lot?
Not
I
really.
feel like the only thing I've really heard about like mainly across like a lot of news sources was like Roe v. Wade.
Yeah.
Which didn't that just like get overturned or something? I think that like
Yeah, over
really
the summer.
that really
In-
changed like
y-
some like history. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
in a few states it's illegal to have abortion,
Mhm.
I think.
I also think it's concerning that 14-year-old girls have to be talking about this on a school project podcast
I mean,
for our
like,
country and other countries.
It's an important issue because again, like abortion, like if you think about it, like that to me it's something that's like kind of important because like if you think about like just like there's so many reasons why like people should why people shouldn't be allowed to have
Yeah,
an
like
abortion.
why abortion should be illegal.
Legal.
Legal.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I cannot
Um,
speak.
And because like there's so many factors that go into it, like the cost of like taking care of somebody else is expensive, especially a baby. You have to have so much care and money for a baby, and some people can't afford that and can't like
and some people aren't emotionally stable to take care of a baby.
And sometimes like it's not like the baby like it wouldn't have been planned.
yeah
Like because I know like sometimes like rape can like happen and
Yeah.
in the states that it's illegal to have abortion must be hard on those people for like because for something that they had no control of they can't fix anymore, which must be
Yeah.
hard because like you said taking care of someone else is so expensive.
Are they allowed to like go into other states to like get an abortion? Is that like allowed?
I don't know.
I think it could be because I don't really think that like your state can be like you belong to us and us only.
Mm-hmm.
So like I bet that could happen.
Oh, but something we did hear about is in Ithaca. We heard that it's a what's it called? It's a guarded city.
A sanctuary city.
Sanctuary
Yeah.
city, where basically they basically say that they'll protect you if you need to get an abortion, even if the state doesn't like agree, like if like say like the state of New York bans abortion.
Yeah, abortion.
Then like they can like they'll support you and back you up with getting abortion and they'll help you get those resources.
I think that like that's really important. I feel like it's kind of unfair to women to like they aren't allowed to have abortion at all in some
Or,
states.
like, tie their tubes, remove their
Yeah.
uterus, nothing with those reproductive organs because what if your husband in the future wants to have a baby? Well, what if I don't want to carry this child?
Like and it's unfair because men there's nothing along the lines of them having a vasectomy or getting their
No.
reproductive organs removed. There's nothing that says that they aren't allowed to do that. Like they can still do it, and I don't think there's been like a single conversation about them being able to do it. So I guess it's kind of more of a thing. And I know in our area there's been a few protests about it.
And I still think it's concerning that we are talking about this on a podcast. Like, yes, it's talking about the situation and but it's also like why in 2022 are 14-year-old girls talking about whether they should be able to get an abortion on a school.
I think
project.
that it's concerning that like other people are taking control over people's like lives. Like in a way they're controlling like what you can do, like especially towards women. I feel like it's so controlling, like in like so many countries, like
Yeah.
they're controlling, like they're making laws like to like in a way control us. Like
Yeah.
you can't get an abortion, you can't.
Yeah, I feel like it's not like just where they live. It also can be the religion.
Yeah.
Yes.
And to think about when the religions like were made, what made people make the rules?
I have no idea. I think like again like men are like like always like dated back to be like rulers. And so I guess like women just always seem to be like less capable.
Dare to please men. I've seen that said a lot.
I feel like people think that the only job for women are for them to be like is for them to reproduce,
Yeah.
and that's it, and nothing else.
And oh my goodness, going back to that purity culture with Christians and stuff, is they'll be like, oh, save yourself till marriage, abstinence, stuff like that. And then once you are married, they'll be like, your job is to please your husband whenever he wants that you give that to him.
Like they don't want women working, or they're not allowed to.
Like, once you're married to him, it's your body, his choice, basically.
Yeah.
Which is
So like women
so
are
wrong.
only allowed to like, not in like a like I don't really know how to say it without, but like they're meant to have the jobs like that they think men can't do, because men obviously can't like produce a baby on their own,
Yeah.
and but they
and men aren't seen as nurturing, or
Yeah.
caring. So they're
yeah.
not. So they aren't gonna be like, they aren't thought to be as nurses, or midwives, or nannies.
Yeah,
stuff
like,
like that. Those
s-
aren't thought to be men because men aren't nurturing.
So would you say like, I know that there's like, I guess you could consider like social classes maybe, but would you say there are like two different kinds of social classes based for men and women? Because women get to have those jobs that maybe men don't want, and that's why women ended up having to do them. It's because over time, eventually, the men got to like pick the jobs they wanted, and they picked the jobs that they would have in the future because of the fact that they kind of like were thought of to be superior compared to women.
Yeah, they were always seen as like stronger, like fighters, almost like like warriors. I feel like warriors always used to be like only men. Like they only had men working like on the front line and stuff.
Yeah, like how recent was it that women? Well, I guess it wasn't like super recent, but that women got to finally like join the army and the navy and stuff
Oh yeah.
along the lines of that. But I still don't think that can they be recruited? I don't know if they can
know.
be
Oh,
recruited.
I feel like this isn't necessarily against women, but I feel bad for men at this part, is that for men when they're 18, they are required to sign up for the draft, and women aren't.
That's
I'm pretty
in is it North Korea or South
That's
Korea?
here too.
Yeah, that's here.
Yeah,
Women
but
aren't.
there's one country where like once they turn 21 they have to go into the war.
Yeah.
It's like North Korea or South Korea. Which one? Which
Um,
one's the one?
I'm not really sure. I know here though, as soon
Men-
as they turn 18, yeah, they have to.
to sign up for the draft. Women don't, which I feel.
I think that's back to the superior thing. People
Yeah.
just find that men would be stronger, and if you think about it and you go way back to like the Paleolithic time period, it's like something so long ago that they were given these jobs as the fact of that they over time evolved into being something that would be
Yeah.
stronger and just and
And-
taller and faster, you know.
Going back to the thing you said about the Paleolithic time period, is that the men were sent out to be like hunters and gatherers, while the women stayed home and took care of the children and the village. But it was also because men were disposable.
That's
So
what
I
yeah,
guess
that's
'cause
what they
couldn't
considered, yeah.
reproduce. They couldn't take care of children.
That's what they believe.
Yeah.
I'd say though that like men and women still have like the same problems. Like they have, well, not the same problems, but they have like equal amount of problems that they face. Even though like they're very different problems, they're still like pretty important.
Yeah, I feel like people can like there are certain type of people when they go to talk about women's rights. Some of them are like, "Oh yeah, I'm a woman and I'm going to talk I'm a woman. Sorry. I'm a woman and I'm talking about women's rights, so that automatically means that I have to hate men."
Yeah.
Because I feel like men still deserve to have some kind of like, you know, what's it called? Like when people sympathy felt for them, right? Is that the right
Like,
word?
Well, yeah, sympathies.
Yeah. So then I still think that it's important for people to realize that like they also don't have it super easy all the time either, because people think that, oh, they're men, they need to automatically have like no emotions or
Yeah.
they need to just be like emotionless and like care for the woman or something.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Kate. I know Ashlyn, Tegan, and Liv from soccer. My favorite food is nachos.
How many instruments can you play?
I I can play some piano and some guitar, and I can play French horn. I'm about to switch to trumpet. I used to play the violin. Yeah.
What clubs do you participate in, Kate?
Currently this year I'm participating in the ski club for the first time. I'm doing band, and I think that's it for this year.
What's your overall opinion on the school? Like, what's something you like dislike or like about the school?
Something I really like about the school is I feel like even though there are a lot of like I guess you could call it like different cliques, I feel like everybody kind of like they all.
So you mean like everyone's respectful of each other to a certain degree? Like, you know?
Yeah, I would say to a certain degree people are definitely like a lot more respectful and like kinder towards each other, like versus like how it kind of was at the middle school.
Even though our school is pretty well organized, would you say that there's any comments or anything like that or like remarks that you didn't like?
I feel like there are definitely like some people who can be very rude and judgmental, but I feel like that's also kind of like just a high school, like that's just a people thing.
What would you say are some things that people get judged for in the school? Like, it could be sexuality or gender or just something that they really can't control too much.
I feel like people get judged a lot for kind of like how they act or maybe like how they dress sometimes or just how they like let other people view them. I feel like they definitely get judged a lot for being themselves sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but sometimes when I'm walking in the hallways, I feel like people are just judging me for like what I wore that day or how I did my hair or just how I walk, everything, you know?
Yeah, I feel like the hallways can be like a pretty judgmental place sometimes, as weird as,
Yeah, I don't really like I don't know. It's always like overcrowded. Like I feel like the hallways always feel like so small like during classes.
Yeah, I kind of agree like all around. It's just sometimes it can be like a kind of like judgmental environment. I mean, sometimes it's perfectly fine, but it's just I feel like people do kind of get judged or like it seems like they're being judged.
If you're comfortable sharing, what would be some of your experiences that you feel like you have been kind of targeted for?
I don't know about targeted, but sometimes it's just like I wouldn't say targeted, but maybe like overthinking sometimes when people are like talking and laughing in your direction, or if they're like if they give you a weird look or something. That kind of, I don't know. I feel like that's the closest thing I would get to, though.
Would you say that you being a woman here in our school setting has affected the way that people have treated you?
Yes and no. I feel like our school is set up to be a very gender equal place most of the time. I feel like some of the people who are here, some of the students, they make it seem like it's not equally, like it's not equal, I would say. But like it kind of depends on who you're around and who you're with and who you choose to surround yourself with.
Yeah, I can agree with that because some kids that you can be around, some you can tell they're joking about it, but some seem kind of serious about it, and they'll make really sexist jokes like, oh, women belong in the kitchen, women belong in the laundry room, women belong just in places that is just really rude and disrespectful, and it just feels really wrong for them to be saying that.
Yeah, I definitely have heard a lot of those comments before. I don't know. It's but like I said before, it kind of just depends on who like you surround yourself with, honestly, and who you like choose to hang out with.
Like personally for me, I would say like there's a lot of people in my classes that like make jokes like that, and like I know they're joking, but like it's just
Some seem actually serious about it, right?
unsettling. Like I guess I don't know.
Okay, Kate, so back to what you had said earlier about feeling like it wasn't really the school and mainly the people. Do you feel as if people could feel the same way that you do, based off of the fact that you have gone through a little bit of it and experience it?
Yeah, okay, so I hold on. Can you sorry. Yeah, I do agree that like I feel like other people kind of feel the same way I do, and even if it's just like based on what you guys said, like I've heard other people like say they feel the same way about it too, and it's definitely like I said earlier, it's definitely not like a school thing. The school tries to set it up pretty like equally, but it's just yeah, like I said earlier, it's just the people.
Would you say other people experience it worse than others?
Kinda like yeah, I would say yeah, because it's like some people choose to like surround themselves with like other students who like I don't know what I'm saying.
And so bringing it back to you saying it's just the people and not the school, would you think there's any problems with our school dress code targeting just girls, or would you say it's more of everyone thing?
Yeah, I definitely do think the dress code is very geared toward girls, and not just like not even all the girls though, cuz it's definitely like some girls, I guess I would say like get targeted with the dress code a lot more than other girls do, and sometimes that is I don't know, sometimes it's just because of how they look or yeah.
Yeah, I would say like like going off of that, like I would say that like some of the people who get targeted like mainly have like more bigger features in a way. Like I don't want to be rude, but like straight up they have bigger boobs and bigger butts. Like they get targeted because they have bigger features, and you know like even like it's just I don't know. I feel like they just get targeted more for just being like just having bigger things. They can't control that.
Yeah.
They can't control these things, and like I would say some things in the dress code like you can't have like
Vulgar
you can't
shirts.
yeah like
stuff like that.
you can't be like showing off there's some things that I agree with on the dress code, but I think some things are a little like far-fetched.
Like it's very targeted towards some people, like you said. Like there are days where I've worn a crop top and someone wearing a longer crop top than me has gotten dress coded, and it just seems like very targeted towards certain girls and not other girls. Like you said, girls with those more defined features that would be considered attractive or distracting.
Moving out of the deeper stuff, what would you say are some good things about our school's dress code?
Kind of like Liv was saying earlier, I do definitely agree that like you shouldn't be going around like wearing close to nothing. Like I do agree that you have to be somewhat appropriate with how you dress, and I do like thank the school for that, because there are definitely people who like would definitely come to school like that if they could, and I don't
Yeah.
know. That's like more on the better side of it, though.
Like wearing crop tops and jeans to school, I can understand. But I've seen a girl once wearing like spandex and a bralette, and it's just like that makes you understand why the dress code is kind of there, because it's just like not very school appropriate, and it's just too much and way too unprofessional. Like for unprofessional like sweatpants and sweatshirts is fine, but like practically a bathing suit to school, it just does not make any sense.
Yeah, I agree.
I also do love wearing sweatpants and sweatshirts to school. I mean, yeah.
But like another thing that's weird is that they let us like wear bathing suits because of like the swimming unit. Like they just let you wear they'll let you wear like a bikini or whatever. So I think that's kind of weird. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a stretch, but I think it's a little odd.
Yeah, because last year, even in 8th grade, they were letting girls wear like bikinis for the swim unit, and some of them were like, I don't know. Doesn't really make sense with the dress code they have. Like, if you're gonna have that strict of a dress code, why aren't you applying it to swimming and saying girls wear one pieces? But it also makes sense that a lot of girls don't own one pieces, so they don't want girls to go out and buy something just for the swim unit. But still, it seems like they're enforcing it to some people and not to others, and it just doesn't really make sense how they're enforcing it.
Speaking of sweatpants, Tegan, I don't know. I love wearing sweatpants to school so much. Like, I just, it's just, I don't know. That's kind of like my style. Homeless. That's my style.
Yes. And it annoys me so much when people wear like their Nike socks with their sweatpants and then tuck it over their sweatpants. But like if it's over it just at the bottom, I get it. But if it's over it like halfway up your shin and your shin just looks wrinkly and it's just so weird. Like why can't you just put it under? It does not make sense.
If I wear sweatpants to school, I don't know about you guys, but I always got like some kind of funky sock on because no one can see it. I wear it with my Converse, and then I have like some rainbow sock on or like something with like eggs on it just to be fun.
Yes, I have pig socks that I wear all the time to school, and they're so fun.
I have smiley face socks, guys.
Oh my goodness.
I have joeusa.com socks, please.
Thanks so much for coming, Kate. We really appreciate you.
We appreciate you so much.
We love you, Kate.
Slay every day, Kate. Keep slaying.
Okay, bye. Thanks for letting me be on the show. Bye, guys.
Bye, Kate.
Now leave.